Hello, folks, and welcome to Quincy, Illinois. It's time for more normal CornBelters baseball. Devin Witson alongside Leo Romano on the call here this afternoon. Now, Leo, it's a little bit of a different ball game here. I mean, we are now starting to really kick off and getting that full swing of the second half of the season. And for the CornBelters, last night wasn't ideal.
No, it was far less than ideal for the CornBelters last night, and we come into a building that will host on August 2nd the first round of the playoffs here in Quincy. The CornBelters, as you touched upon, didn't have much to smile about last week. A first-half playoff berth slipped through their fingers in Thursday's 15-7 loss to Thrillville in Normal. And then, as you said as well, Devin, the second half got off to an equally rocky start with a pair of losses in a doubleheader against the O'Fallon Hoots yesterday.
Now, when it comes to Quincy and Normal both still searching for their first win in the second half of the season. Of course, Quincy already have that playoff berth now locked in, as you mentioned. But for the CornBelters, what is a key to success that they may need to they really need to have when it comes into this game, because getting shut out is not ideal. So do you think that's where it really kicks off for the CornBelters today?
Right. Well, if you look across the scoreboard from the two games yesterday, they were held scoreless in the last 9 consecutive innings. So it's got to start with getting hot in the batter's box. And it starts right away with Eli Keyser here, who's going to lead things off. Keyser's been out for a couple of weeks, finally got his first look on the diamond over the last couple of days here. But he's been one of those reliable bats, and should he start this game off hot, it would be a great start for Normal, who are looking for their first win of the second half of the season.
And on the mound for the Doggy Paddlers is the starter, Jay Jung. He's had 2 starts against the Belters this season, and he went around 5 innings. First pitch of the day, called strike 1.
We talked about Eli Keyser missing games throughout the season. In fact, he missed 15 straight games from June 9th all the way through the first game of yesterday's doubleheader.
The 0-1 pitch from Jung, called strike 2. A very, very hot day here in Quincy. It's been a while since we really felt any heat. Today's really the first day you can mention that we've seen heat out here in Illinois. 92 today, feeling like 95. Keyser will foul this one off, and we'll do the 0-2 one more time.
To no surprise, Eli Keyser had no hits yesterday against O'Fallon in the 14-0 loss. He was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, but in that game, only 2 guys got hits.
The 0-2 pitch from Jung is high, called ball 1. Young, who currently attends the College of Central Florida. He is out of Seoul, South Korea. Sure, we'll have some words about South Korea just being eliminated from the World Cup. The 0-2. Outside the zone, and that makes it, 2-2.
Up and down the lineup, this CornBelters roster is very familiar with Jay Jung's stuff. In fact, he's pitched 2 starts against the Belters this season, lasted 5 innings in both, and boasts a 1-1 record.
The 2-2 is fouled off right into the netting, and we'll do it again. Nice battle so far to start off here for Keyser.
Keyser, a lot of quality at-bats this season, and he adds another one to his name right now. Let's see if it can't end up in a hit.
The 2-2 pitch once more. Hit well out to left. Eli Keyser will get to first. Brady Kinehart will field it, and 1 up. It'll be 1 on base for the CornBelters, so you can definitely say more successful than yesterday.
Oh, no doubt about it. We said up top it's got to start in the batter's box, and what a way to start this game by Keyser, who has multiple multi-hit games, and 2 of them coming against these Quincy Paddlers, so no doubt about it.
Well, now it turns to Ben Vogley, one of the more consistent hitters for the CornBelters. Vogley, of course, the shortstop today out of the University of Cincinnati. Keyser with a bit of a lead at first. This one is outside the zone. Ball 1.
You mentioned Vogley playing at shortstop. Let's take a look at this Quincy Doggy Paddlers lineup. Brady Kinehart is in at left field. Juan Concepcion, one of the newest additions in center. Jamie Rasmussen out in right.
While you go through that, Vogley fouls that one off. That'll turn to a 1-2 count.
Ian Check, a name that this CornBelters lineup is familiar with. He'll be playing third base. Ignacio Gonzalez is at shortstop. Lane Olson, the second baseman. Brody Short at first. We mentioned Jay Jung is getting the start, and catching him is Raul Ramirez.
The 1-2 pitch. Vogley hits this one well out to right. It falls at the warning track. Vogley, he will stay at first, but Keyser, he will push to third, and he will be safe. No throw in at third. So runners on the corners. That sets up Jackson Stanek with a perfect chance for the CornBelters to pick up their first run of the day.
Back-to-back singles for this Belters lineup is more than ideal to start off the afternoon. It already ties the number of hits they had in yesterday's second game of the doubleheader against O'Fallon at home.
It now turns to Jackson Stanek, as I mentioned, out of Illinois State. Vogley, he will go for second, so the steal won't matter. It will be an RBI single for Jackson Stanek. Stanek will reach first safely. Eli Keyser scores. 1-0, CornBelters lead.
3 consecutive singles to start off this contest for the CornBelters. They came to play this afternoon here in Quincy. Eli Keyser scores on the RBI single up the middle by Jackson Stanek. And just like that, Charlie Veracruz, the red-hot bat, steps up.
Charlie Veracruz now in the box. Mentioned before, he's pretty good, as manager Billy Du Bois told us, a couple times during the KCL broadcast. And I mean, he's shown it. He's proven why. One of the more consistent hitters for the CornBelters. This one down low. And the man out of Purdue has a 1-1 count.
Yeah, he's a very valuable asset to this team. Across 13 games played, a 3.78 average since joining after an apparent nerve injury that sidelined him.
The 1-1 hit out well to left. Under that is Kinehart. And I will see a tag from Vogley, and he will score. So, mark it as a sac fly, and it will be a 2-0 CornBelters lead. Ben Vogley scores on the sac fly thanks to Charlie Veracruz.
Excellent start here for the CornBelters. 4 batters in. You got 3 hits, you got 2 runs, and you have the one man that you want up in Nolan McCrossan, who last time these two teams squared off hit 2 3-run home runs.
We'll see if he can have that same success again. First pitch is outside the zone, down low, ball 1.
His 2 3-run bombs last time are his only 2 of the season. Along with that, he's got a couple doubles, a triple, and his 34 total hits rank 8th in the Prospect League.
The 1-0 now turns to 1-1. Nice pitch right there from Young. 1-1 count. Already 2-0 ball game, 1 out. Jackson Stanek remains at first. Young set, now confers with his pitcher, now fires. This one hit up, well out to center, but it will be fielded by the shortstop, Gonzalez, and that will be the second out of the top of the first.
Weak pop out there by the DH, McCrossan, who plays his summer ball at the CornBelters, his collegiate ball with Southwest Oklahoma State University. Now it brings up the former KCL star Addison Worthman, who's playing in right field today.
That's a Worthman who's back up at the plate. First time today. Now it will be called ball 1. Worthman was one of 2 players who was able to knock in hits, so at least it prevented a complete game shutout. Well, it was a shutout, but how do we say? At least no hitter. This is skied up, and that will do it. Olson had to track back for that one, but for the CornBelters, they're up 2-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Quincy's first time up after this. You're watching you're listening to the normal CornBelters radio here on YouTube. back here in Quincy. Bottom half of the first set to go. As on the mound, 40 CornBelters, Mason Orton. Mason Orton set to do the dish. His 5th appearance of the season. Leo, what more can you tell us about the man who currently plays his collegiate ball at NIU?
Mason Orton, the 6'2", 185-pound lefty, has pitched very solid this season for the Belters. He's 1-0 in his 4 appearances, 3 of them being starts. He's pitched 16.2 innings, only allowing 11 hits and 3 earned runs on 7 strikeouts and 8 walks. And his last time out, Devin, was against Decatur down in Illinois versus the Beanballers. He pitched 7.2 innings, allowing just 1 earned run on 3 hits.
Whoa, now turns over, and making his Doggy Paddlers debut is Juan Concepcion. Of course, folks, remember we are now in the second half of the season, so new faces have been added on both sides. First pitch he sees as his welcome to the Prospect League is called strike 1.
And I'd be interested to see how the Doggy Paddlers handle this second half of the season. Granted, they already have a spot in the playoffs.
The 0-1 now turns to 0-2, swing and a miss from Concepcion. 0-2 now for the center fielder. Concepcion not trying to be the first victim of Mason Orton today. The 0-2 pitch hit out well to right, and it'll be Concepcion who will get his first hit, and that will be his first single as a Doggy Paddler. So he's welcome to the Prospect League. So far, so good.
So far, so good indeed. Juan Concepcion takes that outside pitch exactly where you want to go, to the opposite field from the right-handed batter's box, and he starts off his summer ball with a good one to bring up the DH, Nick Griffith.
Nick Griffith out of Morehead State University, now in the batter's box. First pitch he sees, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Uncharacteristic swing there from Griffith. Kind of off his legs, let's go, finishes with one hand.
0-1 count with a runner at first in Concepcion, who got the leadoff single. Orton checks over, and he'll fire over to Stanek, and he will make it back in time. So, still 0-1 count, no outs.
Good opportunity to check in on the defense for the CornBelters. It's Eli Keyser in left, Filippo Barada in center, and Addison Worthman in right.
The 0-1 pitch, fouled off left.
And working from left to right in the infield, it'll be Charlie Veracruz at third, Ben Vogley at shortstop. Filling the gap up the middle at second base is Gavin Michaels. Jackson Stanek, as you mentioned, Devin is at first. Mason Orton getting the start, and Max Heineman catching.
The 0-2, runner still at first in Concepcion. Orton fires. This one is down low, and it will be a 1-2 count now.
One of Orton's better pitches right there with his off-speed that peels away from the left-handed batters, and it almost got Griffith to bite.
Griffith, who last night at the Corn Crib, last time out, he went 2 for 4, trying to have some of that same success here today. Back home for Quincy. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Griffith goes down swinging, and that will be the first strikeout of the day for Mason Orton.
Phenomenal start from Mason Orton on the bump, getting Nick Griffith caught up, and down goes one.
Ian Check now in the batter's box. The junior out of Charleston Southern University. Orton checked back over to see how was Concepcion doing him. Nothing going.
No, nothing going. Concepcion being so new to the league, you don't know whether or not he can steal.
Concepcion taking a little lead out there at first. First pitch is called strike 1 for Ian Check.
And for Concepcion, it's hard to get a gauge off of the lefty pitcher in Mason Orton today. We'll be curious to see how the Doggy Paddlers base runners handle the strong lefty.
The 0-1 is just a bit outside. That will be called ball 1. 1-1 count, 1 out with a runner at first. All ones on the scoreboard here. Pitch is now fired, and a swing and a miss. Check. Took a nice little hack at that, but nothing going. 1-2.
Last time we were on the call, Devin, for the Doggy Paddlers game, Ian Check was batting .448. It was third in the league. He comes into this one batting .463.
Slight downturn. The 1-2 concession goes for second, but we'll have to hold back on that as that is fouled away by Check. So the 1-2 will happen one more time. And that's the thing about having these new players, especially in the second half of the league. You don't really know what to expect. I mean, Concession took a little risk there going for second. Just almost had it, but we'll have to hold off on that. The 1-2, Conception with a nice little lead. Orton fires. This one is high. And nothing going. Heineman checked over just in case, and nope, nothing. 2-2 count now with one out. Orton now confers with Heineman. Looks over at first. Nice little lead. And there's nothing going that time. Full count it turns for Ian Check.
Check with 7 hits in his last 4 games. Has a red-hot bat.
3-2 count with one out. One runner at first. Orton looks over, now fires. And this is going to be ball 4. Almost had it there for Mason Orton. And this will now see 2 runners on base as Brody Short comes up to bat.
Good placement on that pitch by Orton. Just misses a part of the plate. Good call from behind home plate. Now 2 on with 1 out.
Brody Short now in the batter's box. He currently plays his college ball at Lindenwood University. He's sophomore out of O'Fallon. First pitch he sees is fouled off.
Good cut there from Brody Short, who's averaging .444 on the season through his 17 games played. And if there's anyone who can hit a home run, it's the catcher right here. Already 7 of them on the season to go along with his 26 RBIs and 21 runs.
We'll see if it happens here again. The 0-1. Reception. A little bit of dancing on the base, but he won't go that time as that pitch is outside the zone. Ball 1.
You notice a lot of pitchers, especially lefties, struggle with base runners on second and third. It'll be interesting to see how Orton battles this one out.
The 1-1 fouled off, and Short now has a 1-2 count to deal with.
Mason Orton seems really comfortable out there, Devin, doesn't he?
Despite the heat, it looks like it's played to his advantage here so far, which is a good thing. You can't let the heat get to you now. It's like he's been delivering the heat just to really match the intensity. 1-2 count with 1 out. Runners at first and second in Concession and Check. Checking over there, Concession with a nice little lead. But this one is fouled off right back to the dugout of Quincy. So the count will remain 1-2.
You mentioned Orton bringing the heat in the heat. He's also rocking a little undershirt going. Gotta question that decision. But about the only decision questioned so far in Mason Orton's outing.
The 1-2 and 1 out. Chance to pick off, but not happening there. This one is fired, and it is hit well into the gap out and left. 1 run will score in Concepcion. Check will go to third, and Brody Short will have a RBI double, and the Doggy Paddlers get 1 back.
Make that Short's 5th double of the season, and it comes in the bottom half of the first here to tack on the first run of the evening for the Doggy Paddlers. It's now 2-1.
Well, a 2-1 game, and it brings up Ignacio Gonzalez from Puerto Rico, and he currently goes to Miami, Ohio. So we'll see how the Red Hawk does in his debut for the Doggy Paddlers.
A few of these Quincy Doggy Paddlers play their collegiate baseball at Miami, Ohio.
First pitch he sees is called ball one, just a bit outside right there.
Gonzalez, his average, Devin, is at 318. Most of the time, you'd be really, really impressed with that, but not after you follow up two batters who are batting 450.
The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike one. You mentioned, the high averages of Quincy. It's really like they've always been able to see the ball well, regardless of whatever ballpark they've been in. I mean, we both were on the call last time out when we saw them back at the corn crib, and you can definitely say that it plays in their favor a lot of times.
Sure does.
The 1-1 hit well, but hit foul. That one ends up out in the street. Won't hit a car, but will end up in someone's front lawn.
We mentioned how Juan Concepcion, the first run of the day for the Doggy Paddlers, was a new addition to the second half. Ignacio Gonzalez was a late addition to the end of the first half.
The 1-2, and that is chopped foul. And looks like we're having a discussion here between the umpires on what's the call, and that brings out Coach Du Bois here as he's looking to discuss that.
Heidemann thought he caught that ball out of the air. Obviously, it was fouled off. As you could probably hear now that we have our crowd mic back, thanks to
O'Fallon.
the O'Fallon Hoots.
Major shout out to Julian Munoz, fellow LSU Tiger, who was able to help in the retrieval of our very special crowd mic. 1-2 count and one out. Runners in scoring position for Quincy at second and third. Orton fires. And once more, Gonzalez fouls off. We mentioned before, that's one thing that Quincy does best. They see the ball really well at the plate, and it's showing again a lot of battles that Mason Orton has really faced here so far.
Oh, no doubt about it. It's one of the reasons why this Doggy Paddlers team has a top 5 batting average in the league.
1-2 count and one out. Orton fires. This one down low. Takes Heineman off the plate for a second, but nothing happening. And that will be a 2-2 count now he faces.
This is a big opportunity here for Orton to retire Ignacio Gonzalez.
2-2 count, one out. Orton fires. This one down low, and it turns to a full count once more, the second time so far in the first.
Almost clipped the zone there, Devin. Not close enough for the home plate umpire's liking. And it sets up a full count now with one away in the bottom of the first.
Full count. Runners at second and third. Orton fires. This one hit out to second, and there will be an out at first, but there will be a score as well. Nice throw by Michaels to get the out, but it will see a runner score in Ian check. So we are tied all at 2.
Yeah, that was not an easy play for Gavin Michaels. Because of Ignacio Gonzalez, he was over toward the first baseman, Jackson Stanek, a little bit more. He had a range over toward second to make that throw and then fire across his body. Great play. But for the Paddlers, it still scores a run and moves short over to third.
It now turns over to Brady Kinehart, the left fielder today. 4th-year veteran in the Prospect League. 2023 was at O'Fallon. 2024 was at Burlington. And the last 2 seasons, he's been here at Quincy. Second pitch of this at-bat, he sees this is grounded to Vogley, and that will do it. So we see runs for both teams, 2 of each, as we will head to the second inning. You're listening to the normal CornBelters here on YouTube. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Quincy, Illinois. Top of the second, ready to go as on deck for the CornBelters is one Filippo Barada. Leo, 2 runs scored for each side. Start of the game, not bad, not too shabby at all.
No, not too shabby at all. It was the exact start that the CornBelters wanted from the top of the lineup. Eli Keyser last inning. Maybe not the start they were expecting out of Mason Orton, who pitched 7 scoreless to start off his outing last time in Decatur.
First pitch Barada sees is called ball 1.
Barada's average continues to rise throughout the season. It dipped just below 110, now up to 188 after the slow start.
And there's the swing and a miss there from Barada. Strike 1. We mentioned, how Barada's been this season. He's really just had a major step up as the season went on, which you love to see that regardless.
Especially heading into a meaningful second half for Normal.
The 1-1. This is called strike 2. Just got in the zone perfectly there for Young as he looks to get his first punch out on the day.
One of the things this Doggy Paddlers pitching staff is really good at is location, Devin.
The 1-2. But that location is not anywhere near the zone. That will turn to a 2-2 count now. But regardless of that mistake, you are right. The Doggy Paddlers on the mound, they have been dealing it. The 2-2, Young fires. And at strike 3, the first punch out of the day is Filippo Barada. Young will swing and miss, and that will be Jay Jung's first K of the day.
21 strikeouts now on the season for Jay Jung. Add that to his strikeouts per game, which coming into this one was at 9.15.
And now turns to Max Heineman, who's behind the plate. First pitch he sees, called strike 1.
Heineman still looking for his first hit on the season here tonight in Quincy. Played a little bit yesterday and against Thrillville.
The 0-1 turns into ball 1. 1-1 with 1 out. On deck for the CornBelters, Gavin Michaels, second baseman. Young confirms. Set, now fires. And they'll say that, no, Heineman didn't go around that time. 2-1.
Heineman wisely checks his swing there on a pitch that was outside.
The 2-1, Young fires. This is outside. Ball 3.
Heineman remaining disciplined. Jung's got to find the zone here. Down 3-1.
3-1. Young looking to recover. The pitch is fired, and this is hit. And it will be a ground ball right to Olsen, but it won't be much. Heineman will ground out, and it's 2 up, 2 down as Gavin Michaels steps up to bat.
After an eventful first inning from the CornBelters' top half of the lineup, Jung has an opportunity to go 1-2-3 here should he punch out Gavin Michaels, who had one of the 2 hits against O'Fallon in last night's 14-0 loss. Addison Worthman, as you mentioned earlier, Devin, being that other hit.
As now it turns to Gavin Michaels. We'll see if he can keep the inning alive. First pitch he sees is called ball 1. Nice little off-speed pitch right there by Young, but just doesn't clip the zone.
Right, just didn't break in time, but he has some fantastic movement on his pitches.
Young deals, and it is chopped foul. It's right back into the foul netting. 1-1 count.
Michaels only his 6th game of the season. First time dressing up for action against Quincy this year. Batting .222, and he has an RBI.
The 1-1 hit well, and it will go right in the center. Base hit for Gavin Michaels. He'll keep the inning alive, and that is a solid at-bat right there for the second baseman.
Make that 2 games in a row now where Gavin Michaels has a hit, and it's the 4th single of the evening for Normal.
It seems like singles have been the name of the game for the CornBelters as it turns back over. Eli Keyser now back up. Michaels taking a bit of a lead at first. Young fires. Michaels goes. This is chop foul as Michaels really wanted to get that steal right there.
Manager Billy DuBois, he loves the hit and run opportunities, and he saw one there kind of slip away as Keyser catches a piece of that ball and chops it foul on the third base side. Good read, though, by Gavin Michaels.
0-1 count with a runner at first. 2 outs still is the situation Eli Keyser finds himself. Young checks over at first, and no, not that time. Michaels will retreat back to first safely.
Devin, I'm not surprised that Jung checked in on Gavin Michaels there. He was well off the base and got a good jump last time.
0-1 count. Michaels goes, and he will make it in time. He's safe at second. Make it a stolen base there. Ramirez, the throw is just not in time.
Gavin Michaels isn't known for stealing bags, but he swipes one there. He's reading the ball out of Jay Jung perfectly. Jung has a slower delivery than most right-handers.
Indeed he does, which kind of plays it to the advantage for those speedy guys like Michaels. That pitch down low, ball 1.
Good stop by Ramirez, who's behind home plate today, catching for the starter Jay Jung.
1-2 count now for Eli Keyser.
Keyser with a chance to break the tie.
You look over at second. Michaels with a little bit of dancing. Keyser gets this one popped up, and it'll go foul right behind us and end up back in the streets.
Last time up, we mentioned Keyser's 3 multi-hit games to start off June. 2 of them coming against the Paddlers, and in fact, versus Quincy this year, he's 5 for 7 with 3 RBIs.
We'll see if he can add on to that. The 1-2. And this is down low, blocked by Ramirez. And it will now be a 2-2 count.
Time for Keyser to do some damage.
But the question is, will he be able to? Young checking back over at second. No pickoff there, but this is chopped right to Gonzalez. The throw is in time. Took a little bounce, but short, stretched out, and made the play. CornBelters will leave one stranded on base as we head to the bottom half of the second. You're watching Prospect League Baseball here on the normal CornBelters YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Back here in Quincy, bottom half of the second set to go as Jamie Rasmussen is set to bat. Time to get this game back underway here. Jamie Rasmussen in the 7-hole today, playing right. First pitch he sees is fouled off to the right.
Mason Orton off to a shaky start, allowing 2 hits, only striking out 1 and allowing 2 runs to cross home plate in the bottom half of the first frame. Look for him to keep his pitches down low and force these ground outs that he's been getting all season.
And speaking of down low, that ball is down low. 1-1 count. Rasmussen standing at 6'4", 215 pounds, a righty out of Glenville, Illinois. The 1-1 turns foul. So 1-2.
1-2 for Jamie Rasmussen, the righty at Miami, Ohio.
Another Red Hawk. Of course, a lot of these Quincy players are up there. The 1-2 now turns to 2-2. This one just a bit high.
Good pitch out of Orton to someone who's batting .389 on the season. Rasmussen, though, only 6 games under his belt this summer.
The 2-2. And that is called, we'll check over, and it will be called a ball. Full count now for Jamie Rasmussen. Orton got himself in a bit of a pickle here.
Rasmussen went 1 for 4 last time against the CornBelters.
The 3-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and it's the second strikeout of the day for Mason Orton as Jamie Rasmussen swings and misses at that one.
Mason Orton doesn't get too many strikeouts, only had 7 on the season coming into tonight. He adds 2 more to his name to make it 9 total on the season. And what a way to bounce back after giving up 2 early runs. He's retired the last 3 batters.
Lane Olson now in the box, a freshman who currently attends Iowa Central. First pitch he sees is down low, ball 1. Last time out that we saw these two teams meet was back in Normal. I mean, the last time they played at the Corn Crib, he and Jackson Farlow were the only 2 guys with hits for the Doggy Paddlers, as that is a swing and a miss.
A big swing and a miss for that. Lane Olson playing in his 17th game today. Only batting .195, Devin, but he does have 2 home runs to his name.
You can tell he was taking a big little hack at that here. The 1-1 fouled off again. I mean, you see the batting motion of Olson very quick. It's a quick cutter. Sometimes you can't tell if he's really going full speed or if he's trying to lay off a bit.
That's right, Devin. He's a very quick player. He's got some of the smoothest hands on this lineup.
1-2 count with 1 out here. Orton fires. And this is outside, ball 2. 2-2 count with 1 out here. Olson not trying to find himself in a similar fate as Rasmussen. The 2-2. This is chopped off the mound, and Vogelin able to reach out and get that one. It will fall into center, and it will be a single for Lane Olson.
Tremendous diving effort there from Ben Vogeley at the shortstop position, but that ball just hit too hard and gets right under the glove of Vogeley, resulting in a base hit for the second baseman, Lane Olson. It's the 3rd Doggy Paddler hit of the night. And now they have 1 on with 1 away, and their catcher, Raul Ramirez, at the plate.
Raul Ramirez out of Venezuela, now in the box. First pitch he sees is hit up well, but it is going to be a little bit of a miscommunication there, but not all that much. It's Keyser who will get under it, and that will be the second out of the inning. It looked like Vogeley wanted at first there.
Yeah, it sure did, Devin. I thought the same thing. Vogeley wisely goes back to the shortstop position as Keyser calls him off, so no one runs into each other, and 2 are safely put out here in the bottom half of the second.
The lineup will turn back over, and it is Juan Concepcion who steps up in the batter's box. He hit a leadoff single to start his day and is hoping to continue that successive form here now with 2 outs here. Runner on first in Lane Olson. First as he just saw was called ball 1. 1-0 count with a runner at first. Orton checks over, now fires. And this is called strike one. That just clipped the zone.
Good spot there out of Mason Orton. He has to continue to pound the zone and trust his defense behind him. It's been sharp as of late.
1-1 count with 2 outs. Orton fires. For a second, Olsen was going to go, but held back as this ball goes in the dirt. 2-1.
Lane Olsen's pretty speedy. Few stolen bases on the season. Yet to test the arm of Max Heineman.
2-1 count. Olsen with a bit of games on the base, but that won't matter. Strike 2 called.
Orton now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning and erasing a Lane Olsen single.
2-2 count. Orton confirms with his catcher. Now looks over. He'll fire. Runner goes. The throw in from Heineman is going to take it Olsen off the plate. Excuse me, correction. It'll take Michaels off the plate, but it will be called out. Nice tag, and that will do it. So, nothing for either side as we head to the 3rd inning. 1 run left stranded as we head to the 3rd. You're watching Normal CornBelters baseball here on the CornBelters YouTube channel. We'll be back with more Prospect League action after this. Back here in Quincy now, before we tagged out here to close the bottom half of the 2nd, a little bit of clarification here, folks. Leo, could you inform us all?
Yeah, of course. Lane Olsen attempted to steal second on Mason Orton, but it didn't matter as he struck out Juan Concepcion on strike 3.
And now back in the box as we get the top half of the 3rd underway. Ben Vogli. Vogli, who also picked up a single. We'll see if he can go after again. This one hit well. Goes off the first baseman's glove. Vogli has the speed. He'll turn to second. The throw is in time. And no, it is called safe.
What an amazing effort and slide from Ben Vogli. He swims into second safely. An acrobatic play.
Beautiful play right there by Ben Vogli. The swim move gets him safe at second. And now with that, it's a leadoff double, and it turns over to Jackson Stanek.
Wow.
First pitch, Stanek sees. This one is hit right back to the mound. Vogli, he'll advance to 3rd, as it will be 1 down for the CornBelters in the top of the 3rd.
I want to go back to that slide in a second by Ben Vogli, Devin. That was quite the slide from the shortstop, and it completely fooled Lane Olsen, who was covering second after the hard ground ball over the first base bag went off the glove of Brody Short. It was a great throw by Short.
And the first pitch that now Charlie Vera Cruz sees is called ball 1.
And the ball beat Vogely by a good 5 steps, but he was able to sway out of the way.
The 1-0 of Veracruz hit well, but it is going to be hit right to Olsen, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Go ahead run still 90 feet away for the DH McCrossan. McCrossan knows how to hit against this Paddlers team.
McCrossan last time out, though, he flew out, and I'm sure he's not trying to be another victim of that. Vogely just 90 feet away. Young fires. First pitch called ball 1.
Kudos to the field umpire for recognizing the incredible effort of Ben Vogely. Most of the time, that results in an out.
And this is called strike 1. I'm sure if you are short right there, you probably are thinking back to it, just like you almost had it. This would never be a situation here. I mean, the swim move and all, but
right.
Here you are.
I think you're more frustrated if you're Lane Olsen for letting that happen.
And this is hit well, hit right to Olsen. In fact, McCrossan will pick up a RBI single, and it will score Ben Vogely, and the CornBelters are now up 3-2.
An inning to forget for the second baseman, Lane Olsen. Granted, that ball is still a hit, even though it bounces off of his glove, but it started back with the slide into second from Ben Vogely. A tag in which he missed, and now he had an opportunity to get Nolan McCrossan out. And just like that, a 3-2 ball game.
Adson Wortman in the box now. He also flew out last time up in the first, hoping to not be the case here again. McCrossan at first. Young already giving up a run. This one is high. Nothing going there. That'll be ball 2.
I feel like we see a lot of balls up and in the Prospect League. Rarely does it end up hitting batters, but when it does, those moments are quite terrifying.
Indeed they are. The 2-0 popped up, and this will head into the stands.
That one goes straight behind us, and as I looked up to that, Devin, kind of felt it in the neck.
Indeed. Myself, I mean, we have a pretty high view here in Quincy in the press box, so it's a little bit hard on the necks and a lot of other things. 2-1 count with 2 outs. This one down low in the dirt. Ball 3. Nice job there by Ramirez to just get under that quickly. 3-1. 2 outs. Runner at first in McCrossan. Wortman has a chance to extend the inning even more. Pitch is fired by Young. Hit out to short, and that will do it. All credit goes to Ben Vogely, probably the unsung hero of this inning. The swim move got himself safe at second, and thanks to Noah McCrossan, he scored. We can call this the Ben Vogely inning, but we'll see if Quincy has any response to that. We'll be right back with the bottom half of the third after this. Bottom half of the third set to go here in Quincy. Devin Witson alongside Leo Romano. Leo, he has been raving all about Ben Vogely and that acrobatic play he made over at second that gave the CornBelters the lead right back.
Yeah, I sure have. And why not, Devin? I mean, hustling out that extra 90 feet. Right now, it's a one-run difference because he did so. If he stays put at first, he does not score that inning.
And now it will turn over back to Quincy. And it's Nick Griffith up to bat. Nick Griffith, whose walk-up song is from the new Drake album. We'll see if he is cold like the Iceman as we get this inning back underway.
Excellent reference.
First pitch, called ball one. I mean, come on, Leo. I didn't go to Rolling Loud just to not know my things about, about rap music here. Hopefully our friend KC can take some lessons.
Yeah, you might have to teach me a thing or two as well.
Pitch from Orton down low, ball two. Orton so far has had himself a good day despite giving up 2 runs. Not bad at all. See if he can continue this trend. The 2-0. In the zone. No, it's called ball 3.
That one just misses the zone out of the hand of Mason Orton. Nick Griffith, 351 average this season to go along with 2 home runs and 15 ribbies.
3-0 turns to 4-0. It will be Nick Griffith who is walked. And with that, it will turn over to Ian Check.
Griffith, we mentioned his 351 average. He's also very disciplined at the plate. That's his 14th walk of the season, which moves him into the top 50 in the Prospect League in drawing bases on balls.
Ian Check now hoping to flip the game. He would be the go-ahead run if able. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Check. Walked his first time up. Scored on the Ignacio Gonzalez ground ball to Gavin Michaels.
0-1 with a runner at first in Griffith. Orton fires. This is outside. Just almost got the zone, but umpire says no. 1-1. 1-1 count. Runner at first. Orton confirms with his catcher. Looks over. Winds and delivers. This is called ball 2. 2-1 count now. Orton still trying to keep the heat going here. The 2-1. Thrown high. And time is called as there will be a quick little refresher between Heineman and Orton.
Good call by Heineman to run out there to check on the left-hander, Mason Orton. Already walked a batter this inning and now is down 3-1 to Ian Check. Got to imagine it was a conversation about Orton trusting himself and continuing to attack the bottom half of the zone where he works out of most of the time, trying to produce a ground ball that could possibly result in a double play.
The 3-1 in the zone, hit well out to right, but goes foul. Workman tracked that one well, but doesn't have to worry about it that much as he'll field that ball. And we'll do a full count now.
Long strike there, Devin. Just tailed foul down that first base side by about 2 or 3 feet.
3-2 count. 1 runner at first. No outs though. Orton fires. Called strike 3. Ian Check goes down looking, and it will be his 3rd strikeout of the day.
For Ian Check, that's only his 9th strikeout of the season. A rare occurrence at that. But he lets a nice pitch again in that bottom half of the zone in that outside corner go by as he walks back to the dugout to bring out the cleanup hitter, Brody Short.
Brody's short now, as you mentioned, in the box, but won't have to worry about a first pitch as Orton will Check over at first, and Nick Griffith, nothing going there. Possible chance at a double play here for the CornBelters. They could get out of this little situation. Orton confirms. Looks over at first. Now fires. And this is called ball one.
That pitch just high and outside. It's a different approach to Short. Short loves to chase the high heat. And he's done a pretty good job of it, though, this season, with his staggering batting average being in that 450 range.
The 1-0 now turns to 1-1. A swing and a miss right there by Brody Short.
That's a huge cut from number 33, who's looking for his second hit of the day. If you remember, he doubled and had an RBI back in the first.
1-1 with one out, one runner at first. And the check swing, they'll say he went through. That now is a 1-2 count.
Good placement by Orton. Gets Short to chase.
1-2 count. Griffith at first. Orton confirms. Now looks over. He'll fire. And this is fouled away.
Short lucky to catch the end of his bat there to stay alive. Working a good at bat. Looking for something, really anything, for this Doggy Paddlers lineup, who is being out hit tonight 6-3 by the Belters.
1-2 count with one out. Orton looks over. He'll fire. This is hit well out into the gap. Beretta will try to get under it. He'll field it. It will be Czech who advance to third as the throw is in time, but it will just hit off the glove of Vogely, and it will see runners in scoring position now for the Doggy Paddlers as it brings upon Ignacio Gonzalez.
Brody Short, 2 doubles now, make it 7 on the season. No RBI there, but does move Griffith all the way from first to third, the whole 180 feet. Now Ignacio Gonzalez, who already has an RBI tonight, comes up in the same exact spot as last time with 2 runners on in scoring position.
Runners in scoring position as it brings upon the shortstop Gonzalez. Gonzalez, last time up, he grounded out, but got a sack RBI and make it 2 RBIs on a day for him. 1 run will score in Griffith. It will be Gonzalez who'll turn that 2. The throw not in time, and that throw from the catcher way off the mark. It will be 2 runs scored for the Doggy Paddlers, and Quincy have flipped this game back on its head, and they take the lead.
Back-to-back doubles for the Doggy Paddlers. Brings in 2 more runs, and for the first time tonight, Quincy ahead 4-3 over your very own Normal CornBelters. Not the start you expected out of Mason Orton.
Well. It is flipped massively. A great start has turned into a little bit of questions to be asked here for Orton. First pitch, Orton throws against Brady Kinehart, is fouled away.
Brady Kinehart grounded out to end the first inning, his first time up, to Ben Vogely, who made a nice play, showing off his range at shortstop.
0-1 count now for Kinehart, the left fielder. Pitch is outside. It'll take Heineman off the bag, and that will be just outside. Ball 1.
Kinehart, not one of the higher averages on the team, but when he's hot, he's hot. He has multiple multi-hit games, including a game in Alton where he was 3 for 3 with a walk and 3 RBIs.
The 1-1 is down low. Ball 2.
And as long as we're talking about Alton, Devin, I could go on and on about this, but they finished the first half 2-24. And the Doggy Paddlers had the privilege of playing them 4 or 5 times.
And before we get back on Alton, that is a swing and a miss. Strike 2 now for Kinehart.
And when all was said and all was done, at the end of the first half of the season, obviously the Belters only missed the playoffs by half a game. Playing Alton a ton definitely propelled this Paddlers team into the playoffs.
It definitely did. The 2-2 pitch now turns to 3-2. Full count situation once more. Correct me wrong. I think it's the third time all game we've seen Orton in these situations. Full count for the third time. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Kinehart goes down swinging. It is the fourth strikeout, the fifth strikeout of the day for Orton.
That's a huge K on the board for Mason Orton. Again, he doesn't strike out too many batters, at least coming into this one. But tonight, through 2 2/3, 5 of the 8 outs are strikeouts.
It now brings up Jamie Rasmussen, who also struck out. He also struck out last time out. Orton will check over on Gonzalez at second. And this one will go away from the plate. It will get off the padding, and it will be 1-1 now.
A favorable Belters bounce. It keeps the runner, Gonzalez, at second.
Sometimes the padding is just not your friend when it wants to be. 1-1 count. Gonzalez over at second. Orton fires. This is high, and once more it takes Heineman off the bag.
Heineman, though, good job securing that one from Orton. Orton's delivery, getting away from him a little bit. See if he can't bring it back in.
2-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Excellent recovery after 2 balls. Kind of get away from him there. We'll see what he goes with on this 2-2 count with 2 away.
2-2 count, 2 away, and a runner at second. A lot of 2s in the bottom half of the third.
Deuces.
Orton fires. This is hit out well. It's fielded by Keyser. Gonzalez will stay at third, and it will see Rasmussen get his first hit of the day. And now in a 2-out situation, there's runners on the corners here for the Doggy Paddlers.
The Red Hawk picks up the 3rd hit of this inning for the Doggy Paddlers, but it keeps Ignacio Gonzalez at third. That ball was hit too sharply to Eli Keyser there and left.
Well,
That the third base coach put up the stop sign.
it looked like Gonzalez wanted to turn on there, but it brings up Lane Olson, already who's picked up a hit. We'll see if he can strike again. First pitch is called ball 1. I mean, for Orton, this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is about the 6th batter he's faced this inning. It's been a very, very lengthy outing so far. The 1-0 now turns to 1-1. This one is fouled just out of the stadium.
Yeah, and you got to imagine his arm is kind of bothering him. He's about 50 pitches in, only 3 innings, and he's seen everybody almost twice. This is his 17th batter faced of the outing. He didn't face 17 until about the 5th or 6th inning, his last time out.
And this is now turned into a 2-1. 2-1 count now. Runners on the corners. Gonzalez over at third, Rasmussen at first. Orton fires. This one is outside, and this will be a 3-1 count.
Again, Devin, Orton finds himself down in the count. It's been a common theme so far. He's got to get ahead of the batters the rest of the way.
3-1. This is hit out to third. Veracruz will get under it, and he'll fire over to Stanek at first, and that is it.
Veracruz makes that look so easy every single time, Devin.
He does indeed, but It wasn't an easy inning for the CornBelters. They allowed 2 runs from the Doggy Paddlers. As we will head to the 4th inning, you're watching Prospect League Baseball here on the Normal CornBelters YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Back here in Quincy, Filippo Barada leading off here as we're set to get this one back underway. First pitch from Young is a swing and a miss that just got way off the plate. That went right past the catcher.
Through 3, Jay Jung only with 1 strikeout. And it was Filippo Barada, his last at-bat.
As this one is off the zone, this will be ball 1. I mean, just talking about that last inning here for the CornBelters, not ideal. You give up 2 after getting the lead back. It's all about trying to forget about the mistakes here and bouncing back if they can.
Bouncing back has seemed to be the name of the game for the CornBelters this season, and it's not really the situation where you want to put yourselves in and day out.
And this is down low, 3-1.
And Devin, it's been these middle innings that have consistently been the Achilles heel for this team. You get off to hot starts and you close games off well here and there, and right on cue.
And indeed it is. I mean, once again, not ideal situation here for Filippo Barada, the leadoff man here in the top of the 4th. Full count situation. Young fires, and it's strike 3. Filippo Barada, second plate appearance of the day. He'll strike out again.
Couple strikeouts for Barada to start off his evening. Not the way he drew it up on the bus ride down, but Max Heineman now has a chance to respond.
Heineman, who is 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out last time out. We'll see if he can bounce back here. First pitch is not close to the zone. Ball 1.
Heineman just getting his 3rd start this season.
1-0 turns into 2-0.
Still searching for his first hit as well as a CornBelter.
It's
been early.
Of course, Heineman, one of the new additions for the CornBelters, one of several new players. Of course, with this second half of the season. Young fires. Heineman, right on time. He gets his first hit as a CornBelter. That will go right off the warning track. Heineman will get a double. And there is your welcome to the CornBelters. Heineman with a double.
A well-struck one at that, Devin. Gets all the way to the warning track. One bounces off the wall. Concepcion picks it up deep in right center and throws it in, but not in time to get Max Heineman out at second. Could have been looking at 3 bases there, but with only one away, wisely decides to stay put at second. And now you have Gavin Michaels, who last time, Devin, he hit a single.
A single along with a stolen base here for Gavin Michaels, who delivered. But can he deliver with a runner on base? First pitch almost hits him. That is ball 1. Been more of a back and forth game between the two teams. And, I mean, for the CornBelters, to compete against a team like Quincy here, who are already they're locked in for playoffs, it's already a great start. You know, you're competing well.
Competing really well, and should the Belters win the second half, we'll be back here on August 2nd with these two teams.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Almost. I think it did clip the bat, and now will be a 1-1 count now. As it looks like there is some activity going on in the CornBelters bullpen. When we have a chance, we'll see who it is. 1-1 with a runner at second. Young fires. This one hit right back to the mound, and this is not ideal. Heineman tagged out as, well, luckily Michaels, he will reach first, but it's not the way he wanted to reach first. I'm sure he wanted to have another runner on base, but it is not good.
Gonzalez up the middle, shaded behind Olsen, and Olsen tags him out and does it himself, beating the runner all the way to third.
And now turns back over. Eli Keyser back at the plate. And Keyser hoping to do what he did in the first inning. He picked up a hit. Runner goes, and Michaels, can he get a second stolen base? He does. He's safe at second, and it makes it a little bit easier now for the leadoff man, Eli Keyser.
Eli Keyser, man, just so quick. 5 stolen bases now on the season. Had 3 coming into tonight, and now you wonder why he wasn't doing that earlier.
This one down low. 2-0 count here. I mean, going back to the Heineman, tag out there, caught in a pickle, just not ideal. Where, I mean, yes, Gonzalez shaded perfectly. Great play defensively for Quincy, but just not at all what was expected to happen. 3-0 count here. Looks like Keyser could have himself another opportunity to be on base here. Young, not ideal. The 3-0. Call strike 1. Nice pitch that went right down the middle. 3-1 with 2 outs.
Big opportunity here.
Runner at second. Young fires. Strike 2. Full count now. And there's a chance for Young. He's able to get out of this one.
That off-speed pitch just completely fooled Eli Keyser. See if he can't bounce back here.
The 3-2 with 2 outs. Young checks over. Fired, and it will be ball 4. So, runners will be at first and second. Keyser will make the trot out to first. Michaels, he will remain at second as it brings along Ben Vogley.
Devin, Ben Vogley steps up to the plate now, already with 2 singles on the night. Should he get a third here, you have Gavin Michaels, the runner at second, who has some wheels.
We'll see how this goes here. Ben Vogley will foul that one off, and that will be 0-1.
The shortstop was just kind of jammed there. Got some barrel on it. Nice cut on that high inside fastball, but nothing to show for it. 0-1.
0-1 count now. Stanek on deck. Keyser at first. Michaels at second. This one, you heard the pop off the glove there. 1-1.
You did. And you keep hearing us talk about how these doggy paddlers are the first half champions. And we'll get into it a little more later, but the Belters were just oh so close.
Indeed they were. But it's a whole different ball game now. The 1-1 turns into 2-1.
And Devin, as it turns out, if the Belters would have won that game against Thrillville on Thursday night, or any other game they lost, for that matter, the Belters would indeed be playoff bound.
The 2-1. And this one is high. Gets a catcher to pop up, but nothing going. 3-1 with 2 outs. And speaking of 2, there's still 2 runners on base at first and second. Young checks over at second, now fires, and this is outside. Ball 4. Ben Vogley is walked, and this is now a perfect time for one Jackson Stanek to deliver if he can. As before that happens, it looks like a meeting of the minds will happen on the mound here for Quincy. I mean, Young has himself in a bit of a sticky situation. Bases loaded. I mean, not what he expected to have after the tag out on Heineman when they got him in a rundown. But now here you are. Bases are loaded. It's a whole different story.
Sorry for that little break, but Devin, yeah, you're absolutely right. The good news, if you're Jay Jung, is that you got 2 outs. But the bad news, you're facing a red-hot bat, in Jackson Stanek.
As we had to take a brief break, a little quick one. Young on 75 pitches, Orton on 78. Stanek, he will pop this one up, and that will do it for this inning.
Missed opportunity.
Gonzalez had a little bit of stumble, had the sun in his eyes, as that will do it for the top of the 4th. Nothing going for the CornBelters as they leave all bases stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th after this. Back here in Quincy, bottom of the 4th, set to go. Missed opportunity for the CornBelters to capitalize on a bases load situation, which seems like it's been, unfortunately, the story of the season so far.
Devin, couldn't have said it better myself. It sure has. Missed opportunity on Thursday night. As we were talking about earlier, should they have gotten that win or any other win for that matter, the Belters would be hosting the first round of the playoffs. Everything else went their way last week. The Quincy Doggy Paddlers beat the Lumber Kings of Clinton twice and lost to the Pistol Shrimp on Friday. And then Clinton also lost their Friday contest to the Cape Catfish as Normal stayed at home due to bad weather up in Burlington, Iowa. So just a brutal end to the first half for the Belters. And as we've already mentioned, the start to the second half of the season wasn't much kinder.
Well, as we get back underway here in Quincy, it now turns over to number 19, Raul Ramirez. Ramirez, who is behind the plate today. First time up, he flew out. Sure doesn't want to have another case of that here. As that one, thank goodness for netting, that just hit back to here.
Sharp foul ball behind home plate for Raul Ramirez.
1-1 count. No outs, no outs still left. This one popped up, and it will go foul again.
2 long strikes to start off Raul Ramirez's second at-bat of the day. Devin, you mentioned it earlier. He flew out deep to left. Got a good piece of it last time. Mason Orton still dealing into the 4th.
1-2 count. Orton fires. And this one, no, strike 3. Not that time there. It'll be a 2-2 count.
Good pitch.
Indeed it was. Orton looking to get another punch out on the day. We'll confirm it, and here we go. The 2-2. Orton fires. This one hit to Michaels, and that will be 1 up, 1 down to start the bottom of the 4th.
Routine play for Michaels. His second ground ball of the day. He's seen a lot of good action so far. Now we turn back to the top of the lineup in Juan Concepcion, who singled his first time up and then struck out looking to end the second.
Juan Concepcion back out of here, 1 for 2 on the day. Sees that ball well, doesn't chase after that as it was high. That is ball 1. And there is action in the CornBelters bullpen. We'll get to you on who it is. This pitch fired, called ball 2. Concepcion, of course, making that debut for Doggy Paddlers. 2-0. Hit well out to left center. It is going to fall, and Felipe Barreto will feel that. And it will be the second hit of the day for Juan Concepcion. Another single.
Concepcion seeing the ball well out of the lefty's hand so far this evening. 2 singles to go along with this strikeout looking. The arm in the bullpen for the Belters is 6'2", 195-pound right-hander Eli Trittinger out of East Central College and from St. Louis, Missouri, as we get a visit here in the bottom of the 4th to check in on Mason Orton.
As mentioned, Eli Trittinger in the bullpen now. Looks like he could be called upon. As Orton, he's been getting up there when it comes to his pitch count here today. And I mean, so far, I mean, you can say it's been a mixed bag of results here on the mound for Orton. You know, he's had great signs, but there's also been those moments that it didn't look the best. Got himself in a couple full counts, but he's done all right, would you say?
He sure has. He's battling the elements out there. It's not easy to pitch when it's 92 degrees outside. You start to over-grip the ball if you're a pitcher because of the sweat. You might even lose the grip at some points. And I think he's battling the elements as best as he can. Location, though, has certainly been an issue. Just getting behind too many batters.
Concepcion at first, and he will advance to second. The pitch from Orton just is off the catcher, and that will see Concepcion advance.
And Devin, you can tell throughout the game, Orton, his appearance on the mound has been a little more sluggish inning by inning, and it's to no fault of his own, right?
No.
The sun is beaming directly on him right now. Rarely any wind either.
As we'll get on that for a second. This one hit well, and it is gone. Nick Griffith goes deep, and that is going to be a home run for Quincy. Nick Griffith with a 2-run shot. And it's the Doggy Paddlers who add 2 more on the board. 6-2 ball game.
The wind just carried that ball out of here to left center field, Devin. A big gust from right to left. Really out of nowhere. Now you can see the flag in the outfield moving. But that ball just kept drifting and drifting and drifting until eventually it got over the limestone wall.
And that it did. Doggy Paddler starting to pull away, and it is not looking good for the CornBelters. We mentioned how the weather has played an effect on this. I mean, so far this season, there really hasn't been that much heat felt. You know, it was kind of a late summer, and you can definitely say it's taking a toll on not just Orton, but you could say some of the players as well. I mean, when I went down, pregame, you just saw a lot of these guys, shirts off, just trying to feel some type of coolness, but it's really not been there, when you say.
You're absolutely right. And I want to point out the differences, too, in the dugouts. About 90% of the Paddlers' dugout currently is in the shade. All 100% of the Belters is out in the sun.
Which makes it more than just not ideal if you are, a CornBelters player, what you are on the bench today, or if you're just in the bullpen, you're feeling the heat one way or another, as it's now a 2-2 count here for Ian Check.
And I'm glad you mentioned the bullpen because their bullpen is also in the shade, ours in the sun.
Check, he will get a base hit. That one, it goes off the mound. And Check continues his consistency at the plate as, speaking of let's go get him, Coach Dubois is going to put an end to Mason Orange Day, as we'll take a short break, as we'll be back after this. Back in Quincy as we have a change on the mound, but who, Leo Romano?
Eli Trittinger, the new arm, pitching out of the right side. His 7th appearance of the season. Currently 1-0 over 6.1 innings of work with 6 strikeouts and an ERA of 7.11.
And now it will turn back over to Quincy with a runner at first, Ian Check, who got a single that marked the end of Orange Day. This one hit well out to center, Beretta under it, and that will be the second out of the day. Beretta will make the catch with ease. Check goes back to first, and now brings up Ignacio Gonzalez.
After going 7.2 innings and only allowing 3 hits and 1 run in Decatur, Orton watches 9 hits fly over his head, including a home run, along with 6 runs driven in.
First pitch seen, and that was strike one. Stringer looking to get out this inning and try to make up for lost time. This one hit well out to right. Workman will field it, and it will now be 2 runs on base. Well, 2 runners on base as Check advances to second, and it will see Gonzalez move over to first.
Gonzalez now halfway to the cycle with a single and a double. 10 hits now for the Doggy Paddlers to the CornBelters 7. Still 6-3.
6-3 the score. And this is a swing and a miss, strike one. Brady Kinehard now in the box. Not much really going for him today. 0 for 2.
0 for 2, and he faces Eli Trittinger through his first 4 pitches. Looks locked in.
And swing and a miss, strike two.
Another great breaking ball out of the hand of the right-hander, Trittinger, out of East Central College.
Kinehard took some time here to readjust, reset, and refocus. 0-2, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Trittinger fires, called strike 3. Eli Trittinger gets his first punch out on the day as the CornBelters have to make up for lost time. A 2-run shot sees the Doggy Paddlers lead. We'll be right back after this. Back in Quincy, top of the 5th set to go. Devin Witson alongside Leo Romano. So far, the Heat, it seems like, has gotten to the CornBelters here today. Down 6-3, looking to get a response here. And the first pitch that is seen for Charlie Veracruz is ball 1.
Veracruz, sac fly his first time up, then lined out to the infield.
0-1 now turns to 0-2. That one just down low. Caught the dirt, and we'll see how Young responds here. Young has been in some pickles, but it seems like he's recovered well.
Sure has, Devin.
The 2-0. Hit well out to right in the air, and that will be 1 up, 1 down. That is Rasmussen who fields it, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Veracruz, I like his approach normally. They're An outside pitch that he tries to take opposite field, but just gets under it a little too much on that 2-0 count.
Now sees the DH Nolan McCrossin up to bat, and he will chop this one foul out to third. McCrossin, 1 for 2, picked up an RBI on the day, hoping that some way, somehow, he can spark up a run here for the CornBelters. And that will be ball 1. That one down low. I mean, if you are Billy Du Bois here, I know that between innings you're feeling the heat. We talked about a lot today as this pitch is called strike 2. What is, I guess, that message that you had, just after that inning?
You're telling your team that you need this win. And look, Quincy's already clinched their spot. You can't start the second half 0 for 3.
Strike 2 turns to strike 3. McCrossin strikes out. It's the third strikeout of the day for Jay Jung. And now Addison Wortman comes up to bat.
Jung officially outlasts Orton on the day and in good position to pick up another win on the season. His second against Normal. A lot of baseball left, though.
Addison Wortman in the box. First pitch called ball 1. Wortman, I always like to mention, one of the big power threats for the CornBelters whenever he's on deck. We've seen it in the KCL, and we've seen it so far with the CornBelters. Swing and a miss there. That's going to be strike 1.
Batted .800 with the KCL. Just a hair over .300 now with Normal.
The 1-1, and Wortman gets on this one well. It is smoked. It is going to go down at the wall. Wortman turns around first, and he will slide in safely at second. It's a 2-out double for Addison Wortman.
Exactly what the Belters need to get things going. Down 3, 2 outs in the top of the 5th, and a great response from Addison Wortman. And Devin, hopefully that wakes up the bats around the lineup that were hot early.
Hopefully it does indeed. The two-bagger from Addison Wortman sees the former KCL Bobcat get on base for the first time today. Now it turns to Filippo Barada. Barada, who swung and missed. This one, he gets on it well. That will be foul, 0-1. Barada, so far, not been his day. Struck out twice at the plate.
Trying to avoid the golden sombrero.
Indeed he is.
How about an RBI here?
Young fires, and this one is fouled away back into the streets, and looks like it probably ended up in someone's parking spot. Not sure if it ended up in their front lawn, though, again, like last time.
Few balls have been sprayed across the street.
Shot that no ball has really ended up out on Quincy's football field, which, of course, Quincy University plays host to the Doggy Paddlers. And that pitch, it's up and away. That'll be a 1-2 count right there.
Good eye out of Barada. That pitch really close to the zone.
1-2 count with 2 outs. Young fires, and that is the golden sombrero, unfortunately for Filippo Barada. Strike 3 called as he goes down swinging for the third time today. Wortman left stranded on base as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Doggy Paddlers still lead 6-3. We'll be right back after this.
After Jay Jung works around a Worthman double in the top half of the fifth, we're set for bottom of the fifth action here in Quincy with the 7, 8, 9 spots due up for the Doggy Paddlers, and Eli Treitinger still the pitcher on the mound for Normal.
So far, Treitinger, not a bad day at the office. I mean, came in for Orton, got his first punch out to close out the bottom half of the fourth inning, and I'm sure he's hoping to do that again.
His first pitch misses up and away with the breaking ball for ball one. Jamie Rasmussen, the right fielder on the right side. 1 for 2 today as that one's high and inside yet again. He struck out back in the second to lead things off and then had a single back in the third. Here he is now up to lead off the fifth. This one again is high and inside. 3 pitches in a row that miss up and in for the right-hander.
We mentioned that the heat has gotten to the CornBelters, and it seemed like it's really starting to affect even players who are fresh out the bullpen.
The 3-0, deja vu, ball 4.
And not the ideal start at all for the CornBelters. Just to start an inning, and now Rasmussen will take his jog over to first. It sees Lane Olsen come in here, who has been a threat so far today. As time is called here, it looks like we'll have a meeting on the mound as there is some action in the bullpen.
Action in the bullpen for Billy Du Bois' Normal CornBelters. Pitching coach Ryan Willard steps out onto the bump to talk to Eli, probably telling him to adjust his tempo, slow things down.
I mean, when you have the heat beaming on you like it has been today, I mean, currently the weather in Quincy, it's 89, and it's only just 6:44 p.m. local time. It still feels like it's 92. So the heat is just, it's still there. It's not going away, whatever you think. I mean, you have to just adjust whatever your tempo really is, because you can't just come out straight heaters, because that just gas you out really quickly. We kind of saw that with Orton, and now it's all about really pacing yourself. It's like, as they say with pitching and just baseball, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Lane Olsen steps in on the right-hand side, and Treitinger fires a first pitch strike on the outside corner.
Excellent pitch right there.
Olsen already with a single tonight. The 0-1 catches another piece of the zone. This one inside.
Great talk right there from Coach Ryan Willard. He kind of just got, Eli Treitiger's head back on straight, and it's really paid off here. Already in an 0-2 count.
Rasmussen, the runner on first after the walk. No balls, 2 strikes. And Treitinger wastes a fastball high and away for ball 1.
You can tell Treitinger wanted that call really bad. You saw the reaction on the mound. Just had the little fist pump like he had it, but man, I'm sure he wants that back.
From the stretch, here's Treitinger. An off-speed pitch that breaks away. Did he go? No, he didn't. Ball 2. That was close, Dev.
Almost. Just clips the corner, but not there. Field umpire says not today. 2-2 count now.
Treitinger. The 2-2. Swung on and fouled away over the first base dugout.
Almost a good attempt right there by that fan to make the catch, but just not in his range.
Still a 2-2 count. Nobody away and a runner on first. Here's the pitch. This one travels low for ball 3 to set up a full count.
Full count situation where, I mean, if you are Treitinger, you got to have the punch out right here.
Here's the payoff pitch. Gets away from Heineman for ball 4. Not going to matter that it got by as Rasmussen jogs over to second base. Olsen down to first, and it's another free pass issued by this CornBelters pitching staff.
And that is where you have to just be honest here with yourself. And it's like, how can you really get to that situation? I mean, another full count situation, and again, the ball passes by. It's not ideal. It's not good.
After back-to-back walks, the 0-2, Raul Ramirez is in and sends this one way out of here. It's a 3-run shot from Raul Ramirez, and it makes this one a 9-3 ball game.
Well, this game has just been flipped on its head and not in the way at all the CornBelters wanted to have. 9-3. This one goes yard, and it was just no chance of anyone even getting that. And now turns over to Juan Concepcion back at the top of the order. And if anything, it's like it's only going to get harder and harder because now you're back at the top and you're facing off against Juan Concepcion, who in his debut already he's gotten 2 singles. Who knows? Could this be the time he strikes here?
It's the second home run allowed by the Belters this afternoon as Trittinger throws an off-speed pitch to Concepcion for strike 1. Another off-speed pitch hits the inside corner for strike 2. Trittinger now working rather quickly after allowing back-to-back walks and a 3-run shot to Raul Ramirez, who was 0 for 2 before that. And he wastes a pitch there.
Like no
That's going to be erased, correct. The home plate umpire called time, now points to the pitcher, who fires one in there, and Concepcion luckily gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Concepcion, he already struck out once here, not trying to have another strikeout situation.
Searching for his third of the night. But in an 0-2 hole, the windup and the pitch chopped back to Trittinger. Trittinger fields it cleanly, fires it over to Stanek at first, and that'll be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, it's good that you got Concepcion out the way. He grounds out, but here's the problem. Nick Griffith steps up to bat. He's already homered. Today. There's a chance he could have another home run opportunity because it seems like now as we're starting to get later on in the evening, it seems like the wind is starting to pick up more.
Nick Griffith, who, as you mentioned, home run last time. Sees a strike there for the first offering as the second one gets by Heineman behind home plate for ball 1.
In the 9-3 ball game now, it's a whole different story on how can you just salvage this game. I mean, it is the bottom of the 5th now, so.
This one sent deep to right. Bye-bye. A 2-homer night for the designated hitter, Nick Griffith. Sends the Quincy crowd into a frenzy. 10-3, Doggy Paddlers.
Well, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? The win has just been even better, and it is now 10-3 Doggy Paddlers. It has started to get out of hand, and you see now we have a change on the mound as we'll have to take a short break after this.
Edward Cano, the new right-hander for the CornBelters, after Trittinger's day is done, giving up 2 home runs in the last 3 batters. This one lined up the middle, a base hit. Ian Check with his second single of the game. And it's his 3rd time reaching safely this afternoon.
Even with the pitching change on the mound, it seems like it's just not going away for the CornBelters. Canoe, first pitch out the pen, leadoff single. 4 runs already scored in Quincy in just this 1 inning. They have just been dogpiling on the CornBelters.
Cano delivers this one down low. Check swing from short, does go around, but not before Ian Check can get to second. It'll go down as a stolen base.
And that's one thing I can definitely say Quincy has really met the CornBelters with is being aggressive when it comes to base running. I mean, we know the CornBelters like to steal, especially in hit and run opportunities, or even when they think there's a chance. Quincy have just matched them on every level today.
Short. Watches that one go by for ball 1. 1-1 the count now. 10-3. Yes, 10-3 is your score here in Quincy in favor of the home team, the Doggy Paddlers. Short at the dish, already with 2 doubles tonight. Checks his swing again. Does he go? Yes, he does. 1-2.
1-2 count here for Cano. If he can get this punch out here, it will be a nice refresher for the CornBelters.
Cano looks back to check at second. Knee up, fires home, line drive. Oh, what a catch! A great play from Jackson Stanek at first.
When in doubt, Stanek will get you out, and that is one hell of a play right there by Jackson Stanek. Leaps up, and he made it look easy. I mean, look at his reaction. He's just coming back. He's just stretching out real quick. He's like, all right, next, what's up? Fair play to Jackson Stanek to make that happen.
Stanek, who's been getting it done at the dish all season long, shows off his glove and his hops right there. It brings up Gonzalez, who fouls and spoils this first one away.
I mean, now just looking at it right now, I mean, 10-3 game. What has happened in this inning? You just are hoping it doesn't just dogpile and get worse and worse and worse.
Of course, the pitching hasn't been too good. Giving them a lot of strikes. Another one there that's fouled off and away. But Devin, to answer your question with a little more detail, these pitchers have come in and look a little bit sluggish. And it might have something to do with the bullpen on the first base side being in the sun. Or it might just have something to do with being underprepared. This Doggy Paddlers team, though, has also been seeing the ball quite well, whether it's out of the hand of a righty or a lefty. As Cano throws this one high and inside.
And, of course, I mean, when you're taking on a team like Quincy, they've just been so good at the plate to where all you can do is just say, hey, that is what it is. I mean, there ain't nothing you can change about that.
Cano comes home with the 1-2, and it's in the lefty's batter's box for ball 2. 2-2 count now with 2 away. Runner on second. Twos are wild. Cano brings his belt to his glove. Checks on check and will fire home. And fouled right back toward the booth. Had Devin jumping out of his seat.
I mean, for a second, I forgot, I forgot we have netting here, but, sometimes with glasses, I ain't trying to, go back down to New Orleans and have to go get another pair. Come on. I think that woke us all up, though.
You're well protected up in here, mate.
I mean, hey, it's been a game. The heat is making everything just a bit more over-exaggerated, I like to say.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Cano His slider misses low and away for ball 3. Gonzalez already with a pair of base hits tonight. Hasn't scored yet. Made it all the way to third, though. Back in the bottom half of the third inning. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cano punches out Gonzalez for his first strikeout of the night. And finally, the long 5th inning is over, but not before the Doggy Paddlers put up another 4 runs. We'll be back for the top of the 6th action. Due up, Max Heineman, Gavin Michaels, and then things will turn back to the top of the order in Eli Keyser. You're listening to Normal CornBelters Baseball on the Normal CornBelters YouTube page. After 5 innings of work, it appears that Jay Jung's night is officially over as he hands the ball off to Ethan McMasters out of Quincy University. He'll face the catcher, Max Heineman, as his first batter. He lifts this one to deep right. Back at the warning track is Rasmussen, and he makes the catch. A nice play for the first out of the 6th.
Well, you kind of just hope you want to get that one back, and unfortunately, that is just not what happens right there. It sucks that that one is just a fly out at the warning track because it looked like, I mean, everyone in the press box thought that one was going out of here.
Heineman just didn't get enough of that baseball to carry over the fence in right field and onto the football field. The first pitch from McMasters to Gavin Michaels is in there for a strike on the outside corner.
So far, though, I mean, for the CornBelters, you're just trying to bounce back however you can.
The 0-1 line to center. Concepcion will make the play. 2 gone.
Back-to-back flyouts, it is just, it's not good. Like, I mean, not to sound like a Debbie Downer, but there isn't much you can take away from this game right now. It hasn't been said before, whether, you know, we talked about last night or we talked about when the second half of the season really began. It's just a lot of the same things are just starting to spill over here, whether it's mistakes on the mound or just you're not seeing the ball right. Just a lot of those things aren't really happening there for the CornBelters. I mean, back-to-back flyouts, not good.
The first pitch to Keyser. is a breaking ball for strike one. Keyser already reaching safely 2 times tonight. Sees another breaking ball on the outer half for strike two. Keyser with some words for the home plate umpire. He thought that one was high and away.
And the last thing any CornBelters player needs to do is just get themselves out of this game right now.
No balls, 2 strikes to Keyser. Oh, just up and in for ball one.
Just up and in, but hey, as I mentioned before, CornBelters, they cannot lose their heads right now. I mean, the game may not be going your way, but the last thing you need to do is take that frustration out on an umpire.
The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Keyser down on strikes for the first time tonight. And Ethan McMasters makes quick work of the 8-9-1 hole of the CornBelters. 3 outs in just 7 pitches. We're through 5.5. Doggy Paddlers 10, CornBelters 3. You're listening to the Normal CornBelters on the official YouTube of the Normal CornBelters.
University, number 5, Ari Feivelson.
Ari Feivelson now checks in to the game to play left field and bat in the 6th spot for Brady Kinehart, who was 0 for 3 on the night. Feivelson steps in to the left-hand side to face the right-hander Edward Cano, who's in for his 2nd inning of work, and his first fastball is in for strike one.
I mean, just to talk about Cano here, I mean, so far, not ideal since he's come in. I mean, his game overall hasn't been ideal. And it's all about trying to just salvage wherever you can. I mean, Cano, we don't know how much he's going to be limited because if you see in the bullpen right now for the CornBelters, we have another arm warming up.
Cano's 2nd pitch was in there for strike two. No balls, 2 strikes to Feivelson as he chops this one over to Vogley, who fields it cleanly and fires it to first in time.
And for the CornBelters, more of those outs can just get this in, get you really going per se. I mean, look, it may be a little bit out of reach right now, but the quicker the inning is, the more chances that you have to bat with. The more at bats, the better right now in this situation.
Jamie Rasmussen now the batter for the Paddlers. The leg kick, the delivery lined foul on the third base side. That ball was hit hard coming off the bat at just over 90.
Man, that was a heater. I mean, you heard the oohs and ahs in the stadium. You thought that was going to be another one.
The 2nd pitch to Rasmussen is low and away from Cano. Rasmussen already has a single tonight, and then he walked to lead off last inning and ended up scoring as he strokes this one into the left center gap. That's going to get down, and Rasmussen's going to dig for two. The throw in from Barada is not in time. And it's a one-out double for Rasmussen, who's now halfway to the cycle.
Well, just to correct you here, Barada has been substituted for Tyler Cody. Cody now out in center field, as we're seeing a lot of changes now. The CornBelters as well.
So it was Keyser then who made the throw after the bobble by Cody, who's now in center. One out, man on second, and the first offering to Olsen is a high strike.
And more of that, really pleased here for the CornBelters. Just got to really start pounding them, really just attacking the zone as much as possible.
The 0-1 from Cano. Grounded over to Ben Vogley. It's been a busy inning for him as Stanek secures the second out, and Rasmussen moves over to third, now just 90 feet away.
Now 90 feet away, you have that one that can make it an 11-3 game and really kind of just put this game into close to run rule territory, which is the last thing you want if you are the CornBelters. I mean, the longer you can extend this game, the better. So we'll see if they can get this out here.
Cano's first pitch to the catcher, Raul Ramirez, is a sweeper for strike one. Ramirez, he hit a 3-run bomb to deep left center his last time up and pops this one up a mile high in foul territory. Veracruz is over there and misreads it, so it'll drop down in foul territory and give Ramirez new life.
You know, even with the sun really beginning to set, it still can affect, you know, any player in this situation. And I'm sure it did right there, because the part that Veracruz was trying to field that one at was still one of the more sunnier sides of the yard.
Cano waiting patiently for Ramirez to step into the box. The windup and the pitch. A good one, but just gets away from him for ball one. And the throw back to Cano is over his head, but fortunately for the Belters, Rasmussen stays put at third.
I mean, I doubt you want to really be over aggressive right there.
1 ball, 2 strikes, outside corner for ball 2.
2-2 count now. Cano, it's time to bring the heat. Time to match the heat of today with a heater right here.
Ramirez batting from the right side. Cano, the windup in the pitch. This one is fouled off and into the bullpen of the Belters down the first base side. So staying alive is Ramirez with 2 gone and a runner on third in a 10-3 ball game in which the Paddlers are ahead by 7. The 2-2 almost gets away from Heineman, but a good stop from the catcher to keep Rasmussen at third. Full count now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The CornBelters jumped off to a 2-0 lead. It was quickly tied at 2 at the end of the first. Now we find ourselves in a 10-3 ball game. This one lined. Ben Vogley dives over glove side and makes the play in time. The Ben Vogley inning. 6-3, 6-3, and 6-3 with a double mix somewhere in between by Rasmussen.
With that being said, as we head to the 7th, it's time for your look around the Prospect League. First up, Johnstown and Champion City. That game was postponed due to weather. There will be a makeup game at 5:05 on July 20th. It was a doubleheader between Terre Haute and Lafayette. The Rex won game 1 7-5, and then took the sweep on the day, winning 7-3. Drillville in Dubois County. That game is in the top of the 9th. It's an 8-6 game. Chillicothe against Kokomo Creek. It was Chillicothe who were victorious 6-4, while Clinton, they were victorious over Burlington 8-5. moving over to Cape. Well, really Alton, as Alton lost 11-1. Springfield, they were victorious over Illinois Valley 4-3. As we look at Jackson and Decatur, Jackson up 8-2. And your last update, Danville up. Well, Danville currently tied with O'Fallon at all one. As that is your look around the prospect league. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th.
Devin, would you look at that after an eventful bottom of the 6th for Ben Vogley? He's due to lead things off in the top of the 7th.
It seems like everyone just wants Ben Vogley today. I mean, 3 straight balls to Adam pretty much was the top of the, really the bottom of the Vogley. I'm going to just call that inning the Vogley inning. But here we are again as we get the top of the 7th set to go. Ben Vogley's up and at him, and hopefully he can be the one that sparks some type of comeback for the CornBelters.
He would be the guy to do it. Already reached safely 3 times tonight with 2 singles back in the 1st and 3rd and drawing a walk in the 4th. He's now up to bat to start the 7th. The first pitch from Braden Erickson, the new right-hander, is a ball high and away.
Erickson, who just took out Jay Jung after a very successful day for him, going 6 innings.
The second pitch of the at-bat, high to left. Back at the warning track is Feivelson, and he'll come down to make the catch. 1 away now in the top half of the 7th.
Great job by Vogley to get on that ball, but unfortunately the wind wasn't with him there. Looked like there was a shot, really a chance for that one going out, but just didn't want to go his way.
If anyone in this lineup can hit it out, it would be Jackson Stanek. Stan the man, as they call him.
Indeed is Mr. Stanek, as we've been told to refer to him as.
The first pitch way outside. 1-0.
1-0 countdown for Stanek. I mean, Mr. Stanek here, if he can deliver big time, I'm sure it'll spark some type of electricity in that dugout over there.
The 1-0 to Stanek is ripped foul off the end of the bat and into the Paddlers' dugout.
And speaking of the Paddlers, I mean, they have some action going on in their bullpen right now, too.
Busy night for the Pens on both sides. 22 hits combined. A swing and a looper, and that'll get down into left and past Feivelson. So Stanek will dig for 2 and will take an extra base. It'll be a double for Jackson Stanek with 1 away in the top of the 7th, down 10-3. Maybe that could be the spark the Belters needed.
I think that is. I mean, you got to take it however you can, and that is what you do. Great job right there for Stan to get on that ball well. It's just really all on Feivelson right there. Didn't see the ball well and took a bad little hop that got by him. He tried to barehand it, but it just didn't work, and it gave Stanek an opportunity to get second, and he did.
It brings up the third baseman, Charlie Veracruz. His first offering misses just a bit high from Erickson. Veracruz, sac fly in the first that scored Vogley. And then lined out to second and flew out deep to right. 1 ball, no strikes. The second offering is low in the dirt for ball 2. 23 hits now between the Paddlers and the Belters. Paddlers with 14 of them and the Belters with 9. Veracruz looking to move that number up to 10. In a 10-3 ball game in favor of Quincy. Here's the 2-0. It's chopped back and foul.
Great job right there by Veracruz to see the ball well. Shots that one foul, but still in a favorable count for himself right now with it being 2-1.
Ahead 2-1. No doubt Veracruz is looking to attack. Erickson looks back at Stanek on second. Fires home. This one catches a piece of Veracruz. Ramirez was convinced that Veracruz leaned into it. But the home plate umpire disagrees, and Veracruz is awarded first base. And just like that, 2 runners on for the Belters with only 1 away, and the DH, Nolan McCrossan, up to bat.
Well, this is more than ideal now if you are the Belters. You got a runner in scoring position, a runner at first, and now Nolan McCrossan, who's delivered. He's delivered a couple times here. Of course, had an RBI earlier on. Perfect time for him to get another RBI here if he can.
The first pitch to him barely misses, low and away. The last 2 times Nolan McCrossan has been on and up to bat with 2 runners on against the Doggy Paddlers. Both times resulted in home runs. Can it happen a 3rd time? That's a strike.
Indeed it was. That one, a heater down in the middle.
You mentioned McCrossan's RBI tonight. It came off of a single and scored Ben Vogley. Also struck out his last time up to bat. Here's the 1-1, a swing and a miss. First strike 2 as McCrossan cuts through that fastball.
Now for McCrossan, it's all about just checking up here, making sure you're focused, because you don't want to just take a hack that's just not really worth it, if you know what I mean.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 men on for Nolan McCrossan. Chops this one foul and into the bullpen of the Doggy Paddlers.
Looks like that bat may have been broken there. Looks like there will be a little bit of a switch of the bats there, or almost like just a quick little respray, and they'll do that again.
McCrossan taking his time to get back in the right-handed batter's box.
1-2 count though, so still, respray of the bat. So just a quick little time to, get refreshed and get resorted.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out with 2 men on again for McCrossan. This one, a liner to left. Fivelson's there. He'll gather it for out number 2. And now Addison Worthman, who doubled his last time up, will have a chance to cut into the 7-run Doggy Paddler lead.
And if there's a guy that I would like to have in these situations, definitely Wortman. Wortman's known, and we've seen it time and time again, where he can deliver in these 2-out runner on base situations where it's a great time for the CornBelters to capitalize and just knock off as many runs as possible.
Worthman sets his bat on the shoulder, takes it off, but doesn't go around as this one's high for ball 1. 2 gone for the right fielder, but Stanek is on second, and Veracruz, after getting hit by a pitch, is on first. The 1-0 is low and away. 2 balls, no strikes now.
0 count. Looks like they kind of are a little pitching around. Wortman, good job on Wortman just to not really be over aggressive at the plate here.
Worthman doesn't draw many walks, but staying disciplined. Down 10-3. The 2-0 is high, but called strike one.
And just in time, looks like everyone made it back safely to base here. For a second, thought there was going to be a pickoff situation there.
After the fly out from Ben Vogley, 2 runners on with 2 outs. This one high for ball 3. A fastball clocked in the upper 80s. Good pitch from Braden Erickson. Down 3-1 now to Addison Worthman. From the stretch, he fires home. And this one gets past Raul Ramirez, but it's ball 4 either way. So the bases are now loaded for the center fielder, Filippo Barada, who's 0 for 3 and 3 strikeouts.
Well, a little bit of a correction there for you, Leo. It's still Dylan Cody replaced Beretta, and we'll see if Cody can deliver in this situation. But time is called here from the Doggy Paddlers, as looks like we'll have that change happening right now officially. For the time being called here, we'll be right back, and we will get you to Dylan Cody's at bat.
Dylan Cody, now the batter. Pinch hitting for Filippo Barada, who went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts on his night. The first offering from Erickson to Cody almost catches a piece of Cody's helmet for ball 1.
Well, what a way to welcome someone to the game there. I mean, that was a heater just near the head.
The 1-0 from Erickson. Swung on and hit deep to right. Rasmussen on the run, makes the catch and secures it in the sun for out number 3 as the CornBelters, for the second time this evening, leave the bases loaded. Time to stretch now in Quincy. We'll be back after this. Nick Kruger takes over the duties on the mound to start the bottom half of the seventh off for the CornBelters. Down 10-3 after Dylan Cody flew out to right field with the bases loaded in the top half of the seventh.
So now it turns back over for the Doggy Paddles to Juan Concepcion, who in his debut game, he has not had a bad day at all. I mean, 2 hits. I mean, he's come around and scored both times. Great outing for him.
Here comes the first offering from Kruger, and it's just a bit high for ball 1 to Concepcion, who already has 2 singles tonight. Kruger works fast. So here's the second pitch of the evening, and this one is spoiled away to the right side.
I mean, the question is now when it comes to dealing with Concepcion, I mean, he's a very, very speedy threat when it comes to whenever he does get on base. So do you really, I mean, do you want to still be aggressive with them, or do you just kind of settle in?
1 ball, 1 strike. This one on the outside for strike 2, catches a piece. To answer your question, Devin, you got to keep attacking Concepcion despite him having a good night thus far. And if anyone can get him out, it's Kruger. The 1-2 lifted, a high pop-up down the right side. Michaels gets over there and makes the catch right over the foul line on the first base side, and about halfway in between first base and the wall.
And we have multiple hats that was lost in that hunt down right there. I mean, great job by Michaels to get after that. Waved off Stanek and got the out. Quick and easy is the name of the game now if you are the CornBelters. Just, you got to hurry up and just try and get as many outs as possible here.
The first pitch to Nick Griffith is outside. Griffith, 2 home runs already tonight. He's scored the last 3 times that he's been up. Kruger set to face him. The 1-0 is fouled away for a long strike 1. The last time, Devin, we saw Kruger, or one of the last times, it was up in Burlington in the thrilling 11-9 victory that took the CornBelters 11 innings. He came in to close out the 8th and then pitched very nicely in the bottom halves of the 9th, 10th, and 11th. As this one spoiled off again. So over those 3.1 innings of work, only 1 hit, and he didn't let up a single run. Since then, saw an inning of action where he just gave up 1 run against the Thrillbillies back on June 25th.
And that's what it's all about right here. It's all about really trying to finish strong. And if he can do it, I'm sure that'll be it.
The 1-2 is foul tipped right into the glove of Heineman for out number 2. Nick Kruger looks good early.
Indeed he does. Get the punch out. First one of the day for him, and that's all that matters. It's all about getting as many punch outs as possible and trying to fly by and really get yourselves back at bat as much as possible.
Junsun Park is now coming in for Ian Check after a 2-hit game. Junsun Park appearing in his 11th game now. Boasts an average of .231. He has 3 RBIs and 4 runs on the season and is still looking for that first dinger. The Wolverine steps in to face Kruger. The first offering is an off-speed pitch that misses just low.
And for Junsun Park here, a threat, even though he doesn't pick up many home runs, can knock in a good amount of RBIs.
Park watches the second pitch fall for ball 2. Kruger retired the first 2 batters of this inning and is now dealing with Junsun Park. This off-speed pitch looks good, but it's still a ball, 3-0.
That one, it looked like it was down low and it caught the zone, but nope, umpire says not this time around. 3-0 count now.
Kruger nods to his catcher, fires it in. This one rolled over and fouled back into the bullpen. Brody Short, the first baseman, is on deck. He already has 2 doubles and an RBI tonight, and then lined out his last time to first base. 3 balls, 1 strike. Kruger, the windup and the pitch, strike 2.
Great way for Kruger to fight back here. Got in that 3-0 hole early, but he's looked strong. May Park foul that one off, and now has a chance to get this second punch out of the day.
Kruger looking for back-to-back Ks. The payoff pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 3. Quick and easy work for Nick Kruger as he goes 1, 2, 3 in the bottom half of the 7th. 7 innings in the book as we head to the top of the 8th. The Quincy Doggy Paddlers 10, your normal CornBelters stuck at 3. After 7 innings of baseball down here in Quincy, Illinois, the Doggy Paddlers own a 7-run lead over the normal CornBelters. It's 10-3 as we get a look at our newest arm from the Paddlers' pen. It will be Jackson Farlow, the left-hander out of Evans, Georgia, and Southern Union State Community College. Jackson Farlow, one of those guys who not only gets it done on the mound, but also at the plate. He has nearly 10 multi-hit games this season, and tonight he's asked to debut on the mound.
I mean, for Farlow here, dealing with him is going to be a problem. I mean, he has been a problem guy to deal with. Now debut on the mound, where you see him out in the field.
Max Heineman is now the batter as he spoils that one off after a first pitch ball. It's a 1-1 count. Here's the windup in the pitch, fouled away to the right side again, ending up in somebody's backyard.
I'm sure that's going to cost him a hefty dollar. If it's not ideal having a baseball going off at, 60, 80.
The windup and the pitch high and away for ball 2. 2-2 count now with nobody away. Max Heineman already with a double today. He was then tagged out on a sharp grounder back up the middle as Lane Olson chased him down to third. The 2-2 chopped foul, sounded like a broken bat. Park's going to be there and times it well. as he makes the play, and the throw over to short is in time.
Well, an update on the bat. It isn't that much broken. That's some good news for the CornBelters. But not so good news is that already it's one up, one down. That one going down the third baseline and just out.
Gavin Michaels now steps in. He's got a single and 2 stolen bases already and flew out his last time. The first offering to him is high and inside for ball 1. Michaels playing second base, lifts this one into deep left center. This has a chance. Goodbye! Gavin Michaels with a solo shot here in the 8th. It makes it a 10-4 ball game.
Well, it's a definitely good consolation prize to have right there. Gavin Michaels goes yard, and boy, no one was getting to that. That one just absolutely blasted out the ballpark, and now it's a 10-4 ball game. So there's still some life here in the CornBelters.
10-4 now, as the Paddlers let up their first home run of the second half of the season. And the first pitch to the leadoff man, Eli Keyser, is inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Make that 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out, as the fastball from Farlow misses low. That could be the spark this team needed, Devin.
I think it is here, but we'll see if that can really pay off, though.
A good fastball there from Farlow. Makes it a 2-1 count now. Gavin Michaels' home run is the 4th of the ball game, as Keyser chops this one foul behind him.
Well, with that one shot foul, they're still fighting here. This definitely means that the CornBelters are still seeing the ball well, which is the great news. It's the great thing about this.
Farlow's 2-2 in there for strike 3. Keyser is fooled for the second consecutive time as he goes down looking for his second time of the night. But that one looked like was right down the middle.
That one right down the middle. Thought for a second for Keyser that he was a good idea by him holding off, but looks like it wasn't that time.
As it turns to Ben Vogley, who watches this one ride low and away for ball 1. Ben Vogley, 2 singles already today. Scored twice. Nothing else besides that, as he fouls this one off. I said nothing else besides it, but he had a crazy inning in the field, making all 3 plays back in the 6th. As he fouls yet another one behind him, 1-2.
I think we're definitely going to call that inning the Vogley inning. I think that's going to be the proper terminology from here on out.
Already with a multi-hit game tonight. See if he can't get a third. Bye-bye. Strikeout number 2 for Farlow. Ends the top of the 8th, but not before Gavin Michaels had anything to say about it, as his solo shot makes this a 10-4 game here in Quincy. We'll be back after this. After going 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 7th, Nick Kruger returns to the mound for the CornBelters to face Brody Short, the first baseman who already has 2 doubles and an RBI tonight. And his last time up, he lined out sharply to Jackson Stanek over at first, who made a nice play. Kruger is set as he goes from the windup, and this one is lined into right field. He'll have his 3rd double of the night as this one takes Worthman all the way to the wall, and he'll slide in safely for double number 3. What an impressive night out of Brody Short.
Indeed it is. Brody Short having himself a day. I mean, you can really say that about any Doggy paddler today, but great job right here by Brody Short to get that double, especially to lead off and just continue to add on to what has been a great day at the office for Quincy.
Short now with 3 hits, and the 5-hitter and shortstop Ignacio Gonzalez steps up looking for his 3rd. He already has a multi-hit game with a double and a single. Also racked up an RBI back in the 1st and struck out his last time up. Kruger now is taken out of the windup and must go from the stretch. The first offering is rolled back to Vogley, glove side, another sliding play for out number 1. How good was that, Devin?
That was incredible right there. Ben Vogley once again strikes. Great job by him to get that done.
So Ben Vogley, after recording all 3 outs in the 6th, got the 7th inning off, if you will, and then makes the play there. But it sends Brody Short to 3rd and is now 90 feet away from making it an 11-4 ball game as Feivelson steps back in for the 2nd time tonight. And Kruger's first delivery to him is high and away for ball 1.
Right now for Kruger is all about just getting a quick out right here. Hopefully it's a pop-up or a strikeout because you have another run that's 90 feet away.
Feivelson wisely holds as that ball just misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes now with 1 gone for Kruger. Infield in, trying to eliminate any Paddler's insurance runs. Another fastball that misses high and outside. And you could tell the frustration now starting to settle in from Kruger.
It definitely has settled in here for Kruger. And I mean, I get it, I understand, but it's all about just making the most of anything right here.
The 3-0 also misses outside. Feivelson thought it was a called strike, and now he'll take his time walking down to first as he embraces his coach, who's standing on the extra base there. The safety bag.
Indeed it is. Great. All hail the mighty safety bag.
I was going to ask, how do you feel about it?
I like it. You know, I've seen it really be implemented well, and it definitely just helps any unneeded, injuries and risks out there at first. So it's definitely a great addition in my opinion.
Runners at the corners for Jamie Rasmussen, the right-hander, who already has a 2-hit night. That off-speed pitch misses low and away for ball 1.
That one just not anywhere near.
Doggy Paddlers already with 15 hits tonight, looking for more. Heineman throws it down to try to catch the stealing Feivelson, but he slides in safely, and Short stays at 3rd. So now there are 2 runners in scoring position for the red-hot Jamie Rasmussen.
It looks like we'll have a meeting on the mound here real quick, which I understand. I mean, now you have, you have runners in score position in the bottom of the 8th, and it's becoming more of an issue now than anything. I mean, the more aggressiveness of, Quincy is just really shown out more than ever.
Devin, this gives us an opportunity to kind of look ahead. Let's say Normal drops this one, the score stands how it is. It's an 0-3 start to the second half of this season. What do they need to do moving forward? They have a game at Clinton on Tuesday. They then host the Lafayette Aviators again, who mercy ruled them last time. That game's on Wednesday to open up play in July. Then they go at Illinois Valley, and then Illinois Valley comes back to them on the 3rd and 4th, and then back to Illinois Valley on the 5th of July.
I mean, it's all about really maximizing, anything. Obviously, an 0-3 start is not ideal by any means, but it's all about trying to get better with each game. I hate to quote someone like Brian Kelly, but always remember this quote: 1-0 every week. But now it's really becoming 1-0 every game. And you have to really adapt that mindset as much as possible because you're behind. You're behind in all levels when it comes to how you imagine the season would be and go your way. And unfortunately, you really have to just get back at it as much as possible.
That's right. The 2-1 from Kruger is downstairs for ball 3. A walk wouldn't be the end of the world. First base is open. 3-1 the count with 1 out. Kruger trying to put Rasmussen away, but almost catches a piece of the tall righty. So the bases are now loaded, and it brings up the second baseman, Lane Olson. A grand slam here, which hopefully I do not speak into existence, would end the game.
It would, in fact, of course, mercy rule fully in effect now, which I'm sure is the last thing that the CornBelters would like to deal with here today.
Bases full with 1 out in the 8th. Kruger's first pitch to Olson is a breaking ball in for strike 1. A good start to this at-bat against a guy like Olson, who already has a single tonight and walked his 3rd time up and ended up scoring. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The fastball is upstairs for ball 1.
And now when you kind of just look forward, really, you are the CornBelters. You look back to it. I mean, you're back home, on the 1st of July, which is great. Being back home is a million times better than anything because the road just hasn't been their friend. I mean, after this game, the CornBelters will be 6-10 on the road.
Ooh.
Which it just shows how beneficial the Corn Group really has been for the CornBelters all season long. But the main question is, how can the CornBelters just really build upon that success at home and translate that towards the road?
Last pitch was in there for strike 2. This one inside for ball 2. It's now a 2-2 count with 1 out, and the base is juiced for the second baseman, Lane Olson. It's short, the runner on 3rd. Fivelson on 2nd, and Rasmussen on 1st. Kruger shakes off Heineman, then nods, takes a deep breath in and out, fires. This one's lined. Playable for Keyser. Keyser will catch it, and the throw home is tipped by the 3rd baseman, Veracruz. So it's a sac fly for Lane Olson to make this a 7-run game as Brody Short comes in from 3rd.
It is just really just not ideal. And I mean, there isn't much else we can really say about this game that hasn't been said. I mean, you come into this game, it was a hot start, a way better start than anything that I think a lot of people expected, and it was great, but it's all just kind of really fell apart as the innings just went on and on and on.
Ramirez chops this one to 3rd, but it is foul. Veracruz wisely stepped on the bag just in case. Ramirez was already halfway down the line. Concepcion is there to hand him the bat and tap him on the helmet, saying, "You got this."
Of course, and I mean, as mentioned, going on the road to Clinton on Tuesday before coming back and having a nice, chance to be back at home and take on Lafayette, it's going to be a real challenge. Taking on Clinton, who are not an easy opponent by any means, and then, of course, Lafayette, who are probably one of the best teams in the league, without a doubt.
The 0-1 misses high. Heineman Throws it down to Michaels to try to tag out Fivelson at second, but that back pick won't make it there in time. Ramirez is the batter, the 45th batter faced this evening from the CornBelters pitching staff. And that one is in there for a ball. Remember, Orton started the night. Drittinger got in for a couple of innings. Cano then threw. And now Kruger is dealing. 2 balls, 1 strike, popped up right side. Michaels works his way to shallow right and makes the catch as his hat flies off back in his original position. Got to get out the rangefinder for that one to see how far he ran. Probably a good 30 yards to make the final out of the 8th, but not before the Paddlers tack on another one. It's 11-4 as we head to the top of the 9th. Your normal CornBelters will need 7 runs to extend this one. Back with you in Quincy. It'll be the first baseman, Jackson Stanek, to lead things off here in the top of the 9th for the CornBelters, who find themselves down 11-4. After jumping out to a 2-0 lead, the Paddlers responded with 2 of their own in the first. The Belters then pulled ahead 3-2, and since then it's been all Doggy Paddlers as Stanek cuts through the first offering from Jackson Farlow. It's the battle of the Jacksons.
How good is that? The battle of the Jacksons, you know? Jackson Sioux here.
The 0-1 cut through again, and it's another swing and a miss for strike 2 as Stanek will readjust his neon pink gloves and tap his helmet. No balls, 2 strikes. This one off the end of the bat to stay alive for Jackson Stanek. Stanek already with a single and a double his last time up, but he was left stranded on third. The 1-2 is swung on. No tag as that one gets away from the catcher, Ramirez, but he throws it down to short, and there's one away.
One away already, and, I mean, it's just, unfortunately, just to not try to concede defeat here, it just hasn't been the day at all for the CornBelters. There isn't much else you can really say about this game today.
It'll be an 0-3 start to the second half of the season as Veracruz steps in and swings and misses at the first one. That Stanek strikeout makes it 3 Ks in a row for the CornBelters. A nice sweeper action there out of the hand of Farlow, but it's going to miss just high for ball 1. 1-1 now with 1 out. Nobody on. Veracruz chops that one foul.
Some of the Quincy dugout a little scared for their life right there.
Heard a little scream. As we look ahead, Devin, 6 of the next 9 games for the Belters are at home. I'm going to ask you a question right after this as that one gets away. How important will those home games be? Because obviously the Belters, much better home team than they are on the road.
Oh, massive. It's crucial now. I mean, there is no room for losses or any mistake in the slightest now if you are the CornBelters. That's 3-2. It's really just all about maximizing as many games at home as possible because home is the home of the Corn Crib. It's been a fortress, and it's all about after this pitch.
The payoff pitch rolled over on the ground. Gonzalez fires over and makes the play for out number 2. 2 of those days will be doubleheaders, so it's actually 8 out of the next 11 games are at home. That, Devin, got to make you even more excited as Nolan McCrossin, the DH, steps into the box.
Not even more excited. Let's look at it in the eyes of Coach Du Bois and just his team. It makes you more hungry. The last time the Corn Crib had a doubleheader was just recently against O'Fallon, and it was back-to-back losses, something that the Corn Crib really hasn't seen in a while. So if you are the CornBelters, you think about you're going back home, you're going back to Bloomington, going back to normal. It's a whole different story. It isn't Quincy. It's a different. You know the ballpark better than anyone else. It's all about how can we make the most of home than anything because it's really where the CornBelters have made this season their best.
Here's the 0-2 to McCrossin. Fouled away to stay alive and keep this game from wrapping up. 25 total hits in this one. 15 for the Paddlers, 10 for the Belters. No balls, 2 strikes. Popped up toward the first baseman. Short is under it, but making the catch is Lane Olson. And that'll do it here in Quincy. The Northwest Divisional champions from the first half get the 11-4 win behind 3 home runs. And now, my friends, you really have to start thinking about what's to come for this Belters team as they're looking for a playoff spot, but start 0-3.
And that's really the biggest question here. How do you respond after an 0-3 loss? I mean, for the CornBelters, going 0-3 in general it's not ideal. It's not good. Let's just be honest here. You're 0-3 on the year. It's all about trying to bounce back hard as humanly possible. And how do you respond at Clinton, which is another road game? Do you want to be 6-11 or just this season? You've proven that you can show up and show out when you're on the road, but it's all about what is that response like to games like this where you come out hot but it immediately falls apart. What is that response like when you go back to normal and you're back in front of your own fans and you want to give them a good time, you want to give them a show? It's all about the response that comes after this, and I know that this team will have a lot of feelings about tonight, but we'll see how is that message received once it hit the road back and head back to normal when it's all said and done.
You're right, Devin. And if you break it down inning by inning on the road in particular, you get these fast starts, right? The CornBelters put up 3 runs in the first 3 innings. They didn't score again until the Gavin Michael solo shot in the 8th. How do you, as a manager, get these guys going in the middle innings? Because that's where they seem to struggle the most.
My apologies. I got a little distracted right there.
No, it's all good. And it's just, what can Billy say to these guys to get them going in that 4th, 5th, 6th, even 7th innings? Because that's where you and I at least have seen this lull for the Belters.
How bad do you want it? That's all I have to say. How bad do you want it? Everyone's here to get better. That's not even a question. It's just how bad do you want to get better? Yeah, I know it's summer baseball. Yeah, I know it's it's different. But how bad do you want to improve and you want to not let these things slip away from you? Because it's happened too many times that, on all of our fingers we can count. But it's all about how bad can this team respond from games like this where it doesn't go your way and you come back firing on all cylinders. That is the message that has to be said once it's all said and done. Because once you hit Clinton, Clinton's a different ball game. So these divisional games where you drop, they're not fun. It's not fun to be on the losing end and have that bus ride back where it's just what could have we done better? What could have been better today, better tomorrow? What things could have been better? But unfortunately, better wasn't today, and that will have to be the message once on that bus ride back to normal.
That's right. And Devin, hopefully things can get better in Clinton. You can catch your normal CornBelters at the Clinton Lumber Kings on Tuesday, 6:30 at 6:30 p.m. That'll be our very own Alex Ferens and Cole Stevens on the call. Devin, anything else you have to say about this one?
Nothing much you can really say about this one. It's all about just, hey, go back and get after it next week. And that's really the mission and the goal for the team here on out is just go back out there and go get it. But until next time, folks, I've been Devin Witson. Alongside me is Leo Romano. Safe travels back home for everyone that did travel out here from Normal. And we will see you on tomorrow.
So long and good night.